All right.
So, Nino, did you want to talk about something, or you just return my phone call?
Both.
All right, you can go first. What you got?
Bill, if you got a dip, feel free. We'll get you all the stuff soon.
All right. Yeah, give me what you need done for morning.
All right.
See you guys.
Sounds good. All right. So a little bit of a background. To catch you up to speed, we got about 16 different pieces of legislation that are going to be pushed tomorrow. I'm going to name them in the event you have interest in any one of these.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, yeah, if you have any input for it. Number one, Chief of Police policy legislation, which is the people's desires for the Los Santos Police Department, high level, right, where the people want crime focused on. Number two, Los Santos public photography and video, giving the rights of civilians to be able to film and whatever the police interactions. In addition to that, it authorizes actual news agencies from coming into place so that when wearing proper attire, they would be able to, say, get closer to a shootout without getting fucked in the ass, but also be identifiable. Next, Anti-Extradition Act, which is, it gives the people of Los Santos County the ability to refuse transport to alternate police departments if they so wish. Next is the Social Committee of Los Santos Police Department. This is pretty much Peach's little thing to do PD events. Next is the aircraft zoning enactment, allowing for there to be private airline industry that includes training of pilots, so that if any one of you guys wanted to become a pilot in Los Santos, there would be individuals that could train you for it. The Los Santos Police Department Quality of Life Enhancement Act. I don't remember. What the fuck was that?
Which one? Enhancements Act?
Oh, this lets us give bonuses to the PD. Next, okay. Next, what we call the facially challenged license. I don't know if you got friends and family that have faces that are, very mask-like or may have apparatuses on their face. This protects them from having it unethically ripped off. Individuals like Chatterbox and whatnot. Like, I've seen the gross, detestable ripping of said individual's face off. So through medical and through the PD, they will be given, special liberties. The Necessary Violence Act, allowing civilians to defend themselves under immediate threat by all means necessary. Next, here we go. Next one. Where is it? The automated tow tariff, which is going to allow automatic tolling of individuals coming and going to Los Santos County, to ensure that any export and import coming into our fine county of Oz is properly charged for, as they are going to be using our facilities and whatnot. Next is mutual aid emergency services and the lottery and gaming legislation, the state lottery, and finally the approval of 6 pieces of legislation for tow trucking, mechanic shops, a material reserve, and what's the last one? Expanded sanitation hours and the dispensary. So I don't know if any one of those topics interests you, but all these are going on to the docket tomorrow.
Big one is for us is the what's the process with the dispensary if we were interested?
The process is we pretty much need to file a appeal on the Constitution and state legislation to first authorize dispensaries and grow beds. Then what this legislation is going to allow us to do is we're going to have like one grow house and one dispensary, make sure all the kinks are ironed out. But the idea is that people are going to bid for a license. So it's going to be highest bidder.
Highest bidder, and the license covers both the growing and
No,
the
no.
selling, or is it two separate?
It's going to be separated because we want interoperability of businesses. So ideally, there's going to be enough grow houses you can interact with, enough dispensaries you can interact with. That way, there's more like business-to-business dealings, right? And also, it promotes competition because I think what would happen is if the same circles owned both, they would just work together, and that reduces cultural output. The goal of everything that we're doing is we want to increase culture in Los Santos and say no to grinding, right?
Hell yeah, baby.
Yep.
And both will be a bid. You said it's one license each to start? Is that what we said?
Correct. And that's going to be for a short period of time, maybe a week and a half. And this is to ensure that there's no like, I don't know, like whether, because the thing is like we've got so much on our plate right now that let's say there's a problem with some minute thing. We want to make sure that's sorted before having 6 people to deal with.
And what is the total number going to be that you want it to be like once everything's kind of, figured out and whatnot?
I think it's going to be like 3 and 3. But then we're going to go on like based on how things are, right? So
yeah,
I think like we have, oh my God, we have pet legislation coming. So like we're trying to get like a pet store up and going, right? And then you're going to have tow businesses. I don't want to create so many of the same business that I want there, and this is why we're dropping it all at once, is we want many businesses that are different and that they kind of might need each other. And so I think limiting it 3 and 3 is ideal. And if someone starts sucking at it, we give it to someone else.
Well,
I got a question.
Yep. Absolutely.
You said you wanted more culture over
Grinders.
quote unquote grinding. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking hate that word, but yeah, grinders. Wouldn't the bidding process do the opposite of that?
You still need a business application. So if you come in and you sound like you've been like, fucking sweating fish all day, like we're probably going to say no, right? So we're going to make
So the proposal needs to be good as well as, of course, the money for the bidding.
and the presentation, like we'll make it a thing. You know what I mean?
Ah, I see. Okay.
So like we're not like our office handles a lot of like calls where people are like, hey, we got this idea, right? But we're setting up the framework for them to succeed, for us to be able to tax it appropriately, and for there to be enough oversight that it doesn't become just something that someone does because they're bored. We want to make sure that they're supported and that they succeed and people want to use them. Otherwise, there's no point. So,
this gets me horny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
When do you think the bidding will take place?
It depends on what the process. This is the first time we're going to be challenging the Constitution on this point, so it really depends how that looks. As soon as that is done and we get approval, it's done. Like we can just off to the races. That's why we got the legislation done and all that in advance.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
To
also give you an idea about this, like what I mean by culture, is you probably see a lot of people talking about like how I reduced tow pay. The reason for that is, as it currently stands, our ability to manage the budget is very tight, right? With just it maxing out sanitation on one day, that uses up 33% of the budget. I cannot move those, like any of the shit, without us going in the red. So what I've done is I've said, why should we be paying people to tow just with listening to music all day? Instead, we bumped it down, and now we're going to have 2 tow businesses up by people that are tow is like their life, and they're going to be able to employ people in their tow place. There's zoning that's already mapped out. So like if one of their guys goes and tows vehicles in front of the hospital, like critical areas, in the main roads, they put it into the thing and they get reimbursed. So they get that bonus money through the state. So I'm saving that money and then putting it into the proper business. Does that make sense? So, and then the PD can call them for PD zone, right? So take the money off the local bosses and reinvest it into the businesses who are already doing it. So,
that is fucking amazing.
Yeah. And this isn't all me. This is like the team you see here. Plus, you saw Billy Mays here, longtime friend of mine. Who else is missing?
Michael's not here at this time.
Michael, yes.
And Nina.
Yes. Have you seen the website?
We've seen the website, yeah. Very, very impressive.
Yeah. If there's anything you want expanded on there, please let us know. We got big news that's going to have their own subsection, bignews.lossantos.me. So if you have things that you want to put up there, please let us know. We're also contemplating, like as you get businesses, this becomes like a publication where you can be like, oh shit, Lang's like pot shop, 50% off today, right? So people see it and they're like, oh shit, let me go over there. You're also going to see a GPS on this with events soon. So if you've got events happening in the city, you'll see the marker on the GPS as well as the date and the time. So you don't have to send out tweets and all this kind of shit. So,
yeah. You also brought up an interesting problem when we first talked about the properties, the commercial properties. Do you think you were able to come up with any solution and kind of resolving the shit show with it right now, or you think it's just kind of dead in the water? It's
going to be the next thing. Like, I'm dealing with a lot of political issues right now. Mostly a lot of people, mostly the same upset people that are spending their entire life spreading rumors. Now, this has... I could go do this, right? But I'm dealing with bullshit, right? So we're trying to... That's kind of in the back end. Right now, I'm trying to deal with the budget as I can and then get these businesses up and then saying, how do I get more properties back on the market? So we got some ideas behind it, but it's kind of shelved for the time being.
All right, no worries. I mean, we're pretty much interested in the dispensary. If you can keep us in the loop on that.
Absolutely.
We'll get
You're going to want to know about materials. So.
Okay, let's hear it.
We're creating the material reserve of Los Santos County. Now, actually, let me take a step back. Materials cost the state with 1 day pumped, I think it was $11 to $12 million. With it being low for six and 1. So even if I pump it up, we're going to be in the red and no one's got paychecks. But the city needs materials. And also, they're going into Buttcoin and other shit instead of the mechanic shop. So it's an unsolvable problem. So then I cooked. And I realized that when I put the slider up, it's almost it's like an exponential cost to the state. So you might get 30% more material, but the state is paying like 100% more. Make sense so far? The real issue is that no one is doing sanitation. The solution is I'm going to be working with the lumber union, and we're starting the Los Santos Material Reserve. Think of it like OPEC. And what's going to happen is we are going to be subsidizing materials, which means we're going to pay over market price, and in turn bringing state sanitation running on the field. So let's say right now, what's the going price for material?
I think it's $10.
$10? Well, we pay 12, let's say. And now you're like, well, fuck me. What am I going to do? The thing is, there's going to be a handful of mechanic shops and other businesses that will be able to purchase at that 10. Does this make sense? So what we're doing is we're putting money back into sanitation and saying, go do sanitation, get a guaranteed high price, and I pay less money by subsidizing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking smart.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. Have you ever met Wyatt, by the way?
Yeah, he's the guy.
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, that guy's a fucking animal with the furniture company he fucking runs.
That's exactly why I picked him. It's not he's not only in the loop, he's going to be the guy that's starting it off.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're already looking for property and trying to find a way to regulate it. And then over time, we can ideally reduce the costs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Boys, you
all
guys
right.
got any questions?
Nah.
For me, no. Sounds good.
Okay.
All
Easy.
right, all we ask is just to let us know when this dispensary shit is getting ready to fire away, so we can be prepared for
All
it.
right.
But other than that, thank you for the time, guys. We
Easy.
appreciate it.
All right. You'll take care.
Hey,
Sure.
thanks, guys.
You're a
Thank
fucking
you,
great
thank you,
mayor,
thank you.
Nino. You're a fucking great mayor, baby.
Well, I'm trying my best.
All
Thank you.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
right.
Hey, I'll
Actually,
see you around,
hey, one
sweetheart.
more
I'll see
question.
you later tonight, okay?
Lang.
Call you later
What's up?
tonight, all right?
I kind of want to
All right, sounds good.
step away for this
See you
one.
then.
Okay.
Look, if you don't want to, oh shit. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna walk. Okay. Oh. There we go. I don't want to make this a bigger deal than it is. Look, I've been working with Eve, and she's been very distant and demanding, and I'm contemplating getting rid of her. My question is, have you had this kind of issue in the past? If you don't mind disclosing.
Yeah, but it's usually for good reason. You could be just going through some shit.
I got you. Does she not express herself and expect you to kind of
Oh yeah.
read her mind?
Yeah.
Is she gonna kill me when I get rid of her?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'd invite, maybe speak to her, see what's going on. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't have that in me though.
I feel
I
that.
got a city to run, emotions get in the way.
I understand that 100%. And then fucking get rid of her.
All right. I appreciate it.
No problem.